If the world's grain and feed industries have one persistent problem in common, it is the health hazard created by grain dust. Grain dust is explosive. A rash of secondary grain dust explosions in the 1970s motivated a renewed industry interest for grain dust control options. The search for alternatives to mechanical approaches such as cyclone collectors or bag houses has led to a new, more economical option. In 1982, the Food and Drug Administration approved the use of food-grade white mineral oil for grain dust control. White oil has gained wide acceptance in the control of grain dust and the efforts to eliminate explosions and fires at grain handling facilities. The FDA permits up to 200 parts per million, or about 6 quarts per 1,000 bushels of grain intended for human consumption. Generally, the application rate will depend on the dustiness of the grain being treated. Research tests and actual experience in elevators have shown that 2 to 6 quarts per 1,000 bushels will provide adequate dust control. The exception is rough or paddy rice, which the FDA has more recently approved for an up to 800 parts per million application rate, since it has been proven that the rice hull absorbs oil, meaning more white oil is necessary to control rice dust. The principle for using white oil as a grain dust suppressant is simple and straightforward. The white oil forms a thin film coating on the grain kernel. This attracts airborne dust particles which adhere to the kernel, taking them out of the air. White oil is more effective than mechanical systems in the control of the smallest grain dust particles, which are the most troublesome. Besides helping eliminate the occurrence of explosions and fires, the benefits are many, from the low cost of equipment and installation, to reduction of weight loss from handling, or the labor savings for housekeeping, to the electrical savings achieved if mechanical dust systems can be shut down. In addition, unlike vegetable-based oils, white oil flows at sub-freezing outside temperatures. Oil-treated grain will retain its ability to control dust for several turns, and unlike vegetable-based oils, white oils will not become rancid or impart a foreign odor or taste during storage. Normally, the best point of application is where the grain first enters the elevator. Apply it as soon as possible prior to the first elevation. Good application points are 1. In the area between the dump pit and the receiving leg. 2. At a transition point or discharge of a conveying belt. 3. Into a screw auger. It is important to get a good mixture of the oil and grain in an area of turbulence. Time required for full coating of the grain by the white oil commonly varies from 20 to 70 seconds and is dependent on the application rate, the white oil viscosity, and the ambient temperature. Strategic placement of the spray nozzles and the amount of white oil applied is important. The white oil is sprayed, not missed. In planning your white oil application system, an important consideration is storage equipment. The storage tank is very important to ensure that the white oil retain its food-grade integrity. It may be stainless steel or mild carbon steel. If it's the latter, it should be lined with a food-grade protective coating, such as Placite 7133. If it's of any other material, consult with the manufacturer to make sure that it's approved for food-grade oil. The internal draw-off level of the tank should be about 10 inches from the bottom to avoid any possible tank bottoms and water. We also recommend a water drain valve at the bottom of the storage tank. And as a precaution, the top vent should be protected with a desiccant filter to absorb breathed-in moisture. Other key components of the white oil application system are the pump and piping, pressure regulator, spray nozzles, inline heater, and flow meter. The pump is usually a 1/2 horse positive displacement type. Piping can be of approved steel or certain types of thermoplastics, either food grade or sanitary type. The pressure regulator applies the required amount of white oil and pressure for different nozzle sizes and allows bypass capability. The spray nozzles should permit white oil to be applied at 30 to 40 psi. This eliminates oil misting. The heating system maintains white oil temperature and viscosity at the point of application so as to apply the exact desired amount, no matter what the outside temperature. Any way you look at it, using white oil makes good sense. You will notice immediate benefits in improved safety, better working conditions, lower energy bills, and reduced labor costs. And that's just part of the value received. In many cases, depending on the age and design of the elevator, the energy savings alone more than cover installation and operation costs. All that plus a better looking, more profitable product. Now's the time to get the clear solution to your dust suppression problems. Use food-grade white oil. It works. Go to an elevator that uses white oil. Have them tell you about it. Lyondell Lubricants, a leader in the manufacture of food-grade white mineral oils for over 30 years. Its family of food-grade white oils are refined to the highest standards to meet or exceed all federal and industry specifications for purity. For more information, call our customer service line, 800-447-4572.